It's Kerry Love Cat.
Hey everybody, it's Kerry here from Kerry Love Cat. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to do a special vlog with some sewing DIY projects. So I'm just going to show you some of these projects, and then at the end of this video I'll just have photographs of them. And if you want more details of these projects that I show you, I will be happy to post the links below or send you to some of the companies that helped me out. So first of all, this is a great upcycle video because everything that is shown here you can make out of old clothes, old handkerchiefs, and old t-shirts. So the first thing is this quilt that is made from my grandmother's hankies from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So there's like quite a mix here. And when my grandmother moved from her beautiful farmhouse in Pennsylvania to Florida when my grandparents retired, they cleaned out so much stuff, and I actually took this stack of hankies they were gonna donate, and I was like, oh, I really want those. And so for the longest time I didn't know how to display them, and I thought, well, maybe I'll frame them or something. And then I found this wonderful gal who lives in, I think, Wisconsin. Well, I'll post her information below, but she makes memory quilts out of, you pick your design and you pick your colors and everything, and then she takes them and she can do a block pattern or a star pattern or anything, and it was reasonably affordable. I got a very big quilt, and I'll post photos of this at the end, and it was very, very affordable. So for all of the work that she puts in, and I picked like pinks and yellows and blues because I actually want to put this in my baby's room. I think it'll be really pretty to put in the baby's room and just, you know, drape over the crib. So this is one idea of what you can do with your old handkerchiefs. You can also send her t-shirts, ties, sweatshirts. It's a great idea if you have a husband that has a ton, like my husband had a ton of like running shirts and sports shirts. If like guys just hang on to that stuff but they're not wearing it, you can get it made into something really cute like this. So that's my first idea, which I did not do because I do not quilt. I can sew, and I can sew really, really easy projects. And so my second idea, and this is specifically for t-shirts, is to take old t-shirts and to make them into pillows. Now, to make t-shirts into pillows, you basically cut them in an even square, whatever you want to measure the sides out to be, and then you stuff it with stuffing. You can use a liner too, so the stuffing doesn't come through if you want. You don't have to. And then you just sew it up. Make sure you have a clean t-shirt, and there you go. Now, I also, I can sew very simple things, but I don't really enjoy sewing. And the lady that I take my dry cleaning to sews. So I started taking her all of these t-shirts and cotton, and I said, can you whip me up some pillows? So like in a day or two, she would whip up a pillow for like $5 or $7 a piece. So these are really, really great. And if you guys really live in California and you want her information, I'll give it to you. But you can cheat, so you can find a seamstress if you want to take all of your old t-shirts and get them made into little pillows. This is really, really fun. I've made these for with old t-shirts for my sorority sisters. Who, I mean, now we're all older and married and stuff, but my college friends, I made some of these for, I took some of our old school t-shirts and made them for the classroom that the kids can use. So these are just really, really fun. So this was a play that my husband did, and then I also, here's another one that I did. That was, he did a comedy troupe called I'm with Genius, and they had a t-shirt. And so these actually live in his office. But it's a really fun way to upcycle t-shirts, and really, really super easy. Now the third thing I'm going to show you, I probably could do, but I don't. My mom did this, so I'm going to show you guys. First I have to tell you the little story. Now, a long time ago, I had a billion dolls. I had a huge porcelain doll collection. I had American Girls, I had Barbies, I had just I had so many dolls. And when I moved to LA, my mother started putting them in boxes and sending them to me. And I was like, what the heck am I going to do with all these dolls? Some of them were really expensive, like collector's dolls that my grandparents had gotten me and stuff like that. And I actually just donated them to Big Brothers Big Sisters, to the kids. So I'm sure a few of them got broken or ripped up or whatever, but I didn't care because they brought so much joy to those kids that it was just so worth it. And it's just like, I was like, why do I hang on to stuff? Like, I should just give all my stuff away. But anyway, so this doll is actually in a bag, and I'm going to take her out. I ended up saving one doll, and I had so many Cabbage Patch Kids. I still love Cabbage Patch Kids. But I thought, if I ever have a little girl, I want to save one doll. So I saved her, and her name's Maria Malama, and she was one of my favorite dolls. So I saved her. But the other reason I saved her to give to my kids one day was because, excuse me, reach this thing down here for a minute. My mother made all of these upcycled little clothes, little skirts. So this is just like a very simple elastic piece of fabric sewn right down the middle, little rickrack, and super cute. And she made all of these out of her fabric scraps. And I believe one, here's a little denim overall she made with, if you have old clothes or old t-shirts, you can upcycle them into doll clothes. So especially if you have really nice fabric dresses. So here's a little jumper, and she just used the Velcro. Now she made these, gosh, had to be in the 80s. And they've held up, so good job, Mom. And here's like a little shirt. This was definitely an upcycle. It's like, and then like little overalls, like Oshkosh Bagosh overalls with a little tiny pocket. So I just think doll clothes are such a great way, especially if you work with kids or you're a teacher or you have kids. So fun. And they don't have to be complicated. Like here she made a little dress. Now this would be complicated for me, but to go over top, she made these little pinafores. I guess that's what they're called, right? So she made this one, which I think is so adorable, and then just put a little button on it. And then this one, she did a little bow with little strawberries. These aren't that hard to make. You know, and there's no lining or anything because it's doll clothes. But so cute. So I'm going to put photographs of these up too at the end of this video. So those are 3 ways for you to upcycle your fabric, handkerchiefs. You know, go through your drawers. You have old sheets. You could totally make little things like this out of an old sheet, old t-shirts. When I was teaching, I was so inspired. There was a little girl that came to school, and I was teaching preschool, and she had on a Star Wars dress from like the 70s or like the early 80s, and I was like, that's so cool. And her mom's like, oh yeah, my friend made it out of an old pillowcase, like an old sheet set. So the possibilities are just endless. And like I said, I will have the links for the quilt company down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm getting better at getting back to people. I am so sorry. I'm so behind. This past week I did get sick, and we're still waiting. I'm going to show it. I know I have to like do this in every video. We're still waiting. Not yet, but it's going to happen. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you like these ideas. And if you want more DIY sewing ideas or no sewing ideas, let me know in the comments below. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye.